Hello guys, this is a new HPPD update and I have a few advices I wanted to give y'all. Um, I'm sorry not having posted anything else after those videos. I hope you all are doing great and let's go to the content. My HPPD is so much different than it was when everything started, it was hell, and now it's completely fine. I've been smoking weed finally. I've been not having mostly any visuals anymore. The cartoon aspects of HPPG, like stuff looking like cartoon, nowadays depends on my mood, how high I'm feeling, um, how how I feel about myself. So, HPPG is a monster with seven different aspects. Seven heads. I mean, and it has to do with your sense of personality. Your sense of self, and it has to do with your brain. Feeling overwhelmed. It has to do with depression, anxiety, and all and other disorders like we all know, like depersonalization and derealization, that are symptoms that also come from anxiety, depression, and trauma, right? Uh, what helped me, uh, this is gonna sound bad for some people, and to others, it's gonna sound interesting, and it's something very tricky to do. Uh, you gotta slowly reintroduce chemicals in your brain. And I'm not talking about doing psychedelics. I'm talking about like uh, spend a while sober, like 2 months, then take like 1.5 milligram of clonazepam. It wipes out the HPPG. And the best part is the most sober you've been. I mean, from clonopin itself, not from weed, because weed doesn't change its HPPG after a while. Your brain just adapts to smoking weed again. Uh, the clonopin kind of comes and washes the brain out and clears some aspects of HPPD. And I've been doing this diet of taking clonopin. Like, I was kind of, I'm not gonna say dependent, but you can say I've abused benzos way too much, and that led to rebound anxiety. But I'm talking about gnarly abuse. I'm talking about like half bottle of liquid clonopin in a week. I'm talking about uh, 60, 60 pills of Valium, 10 milligrams, like 600 milligrams of Valium in 2 weeks, or 3 weeks, I don't know. And that led me to have to taper the clonopin and the Valium with 5 milligrams of Valium. And to be honest, even me abusing so much, tapering was easy as fuck. All I had to do was go slow, work out, deal with my anxiety. Uh, I even, dude, I smoked weed during the withdrawal or rebound anxiety. I don't know. It's kind of related, relative, relative, and I I would trip. I was having HPPD, rebound anxiety, and I would fucking trip when smoking weed. Um, Until one day I smoked, and even though I had LSD visuals after smoking, I felt anxiety relief. Anxiety was gone. I was high. I was feeling high. I was anxious before smoking. I was like, man, if I smoke this, I'm gonna have anxiety attacks. I'm gonna have to run home and put myself under a blanket and try to sleep, like always. Um, but different than that. I was having the visuals, but I was able to feel good, you know. But then after a while, I thought like, whoa, these visuals, they're hardcore. You know, it was a full blown trip. You know, it wasn't like a little bit of a flare up on the HPPG. It was actually a huge flare up, like totally visuals, you know. And this happened countless times with anxiety, without anxiety. And I can say each time I would wake up the next morning feeling different and would take a while sober again, would smoke again a few days in a row, would quit again. Uh, and that was making my brain reset, you know, to the point that when I take any benzodiazepine nowadays, like I took Valium 3 days ago, it wiped the HPPG away just as much as Klonopin does. I used to have to take 4 milligrams of Klonopin to achieve maximum effects, to get high and to get rid of my visuals, and I wasn't even that much high from it. And nowadays I have the same effects from taking only 1.5 milligrams of the Klonopin. How did I how did I achieve that? That's what we're gonna discuss now. Okay, so quick explanation of the tolerance dependence uh, mechanism of these drugs. When you take Klonopin, your brain gets a lot of GABA, right? And it controls the messages that your brain is sending and receiving, to the point that you get anxiety relief, you get sedated, you get rid of HPPD. What's the point here? That the lower your tolerance is, the more effective the Klonopin is going to be for your HPPD, right? How do you lower your tolerance? You got to lower your anxiety, like for real, like in a chemical level in the brain. That means you got to exercise, you got to face anxiety inducing situations. Weed does that, but it's not the best path because some people freak out. Three, you gotta drink caffeine because it also does that. It stimulates you, it cuts GABA out a little bit for a while, and then your brain upregulates GABA, and then uh, it's the matter of a month drinking caffeine, you will have lowered your benzo's tolerance. And what's the importance of having a low tolerance? Because if you have a low tolerance, you're not gonna have rebound anxiety. You're not gonna have any dependence. Even though, even if you abuse it as hell, like me, you can get away with it. I abused benzos in the past, maybe worse than I did the last time. You know, like a binge, like the whole month. You know, I was abusing as hell, and I didn't taper my abuse the first time. I actually worsened the abuse before quitting, and I didn't have any problems with that. Actually, I already had HPPD from Anibombs, and abused benzos. They basically cured me. Then I abused LSD, got HPPD. Abused benzos, they kind of cured me. Took LSD again. I triggered hell in my brain. I was fucked. I waited. I tapered. I controlled my anxiety. I experimented with weed again several times until I was smoking just fine. HPPG still flares up from smoking. Don't fool yourself, right? But I made this diet, this regimen of working out, drinking caffeine, and I recovered from my benzo abuse, you know, quickly as fuck, right? And Um, and then when I take Klonopin, and now it's super effective, and it has a timeline of when the withdrawal symptoms should peak, and the timeline is like 2 weeks, and I don't notice any rebound anxiety. I just feel normal, my normal anxiety, and I have to deal with that. There's no escape from the real anxiety. There's just life to deal with. Anyways, what's the point of this video is that one of the keys to recovering from HPPD, unfortunately for lots of you who just want to stay clean and live their lives without any fucking drugs, sadly or not, the best thing to do is live your life to its full, right? Work out, have friends, meet people, live, be happy, do things for your happiness, introduce new stuff in your brain. You fucking introduce psychedelics in your brain, and now you just can't be complaining that it's not the same as before. But you can and you will grow up as a new person. You will recover yourself, get stronger, and live, right? And basically, um, your brain releases chemicals when you are active, when you are living and having emotions. And when you smoke weed, you activate lots of pathways in the brain again, and the brain has the chance of reevaluating these pathways. I believe that's how weed works, um, to improve HPPD. Like, it can worsen you because it reactivates some pathways, can trigger new ones, can worsen you, but it also can and probably will help you, uh, if you do it in the right time, Um, in the benzos, man, if you get to be careful, they are a godsend. They are literally like water and soap for the brain sometimes. They like they can literally recover you to the point of you smoking weed without having to take them and feel a normal high again. And that's real, man. I had to take benzos to smoke weed for a long time, and now I can just light a joint after drinking a full cup of caffeine, and I'll be feeling awesome, focused, maybe a little bit anxious, but not too much. Nothing that fucks with my daily activities. And uh, don't be fool. Don't smoke weed and stay there watching for them HPPD. No, smoke weed, go play some video games, go watch something, go walk, go to the park, listen music, create something, go paint, go draw, go play an instrument, go make music, go do something, go think, go meditate. You need to make your brain uh, take those pathways, those neurons, and change them. And it's manual. It's something that takes time. You gotta go there and you gotta focus, and then you gotta turn into a new person inside yourself. That's it, man. Hope you enjoyed the update. Stay chill, take care of yourselves. Supplements, omega 3, all that shit. It's important as hell to eat healthy, but also exercise. Uh, Fasting is awesome too. You don't need to be eating all the time. You can have a good meal and spend like 8 hours without eating, uh, and that will probably already be enough for your body to be cleaning itself. And when you work out, when you run, when you take lots of sun, when you feel better, feel like a warrior, things start to change. You need to feel like a warrior just so your brain acts like a warrior, just so your body becomes your soldier, right? Just so you become your king, right? You need to be king of yourself. That's it, folks. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you fucking enjoyed the video and subscribe for more. Take care. I know you can do that.